Hi, it's Kari here, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach, and I have a very special forecast for you because we have a very special full moon coming up. We have a blue moon in Libra, and you may not know what a blue moon is. It's very special and it's pretty rare, as you may know from the phrase once in a blue moon. So a blue moon is when you have two full moons in the same sign in a row. So we recently on the equinox just had our full moon in Libra at 0 degrees, the very beginning of the sign. And now, April 19th, we're having another full moon in Libra in the last degree of Libra, the mastery degree, 29 degrees. So this is very special. There's a lot of power packed in this moon. So I want to give you a heads up on how to really navigate this energy, because there's a lot of transformation that you can have. And as I always say, it's best to do it consciously. Now, especially with full moons, because that's when your unconscious is more at work. So, this is a very special full moon, right? A blue moon in Libra. So, we've had 3 super moons in a row at 0 degrees for the full moon. So that was its own kind of special magic. And these full moons that we've been having are all about culmination, so endings and beginnings. There's a theme throughout the year about endings and beginnings. This one is no exception, even though it's so special. It's an exception in the fact that it's spectacular, but it's this same theme of endings and beginnings. It's on the 19th of April. Now, you may actually even be watching this after the 19th of April, or you may want to know what this means for you, not just on the day, but moving forward. This energy is going to transpire initiating during this full moon, but the energy is going to last for quite a few weeks. And also, these can be changes that can be lasting throughout hell knows long, like more permanent changes than just happening in this immediate period of time. Again, this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this special forecast for you for this very special day. So the 19th, if you look at that number, first of all, 1 is beginnings, 9 is endings. You add 1 plus 9, and that's 10, which reduces to 1. So this is all about the cyclical nature of life, endings and beginnings. And moons in general, they wax, they wane. It's always a new moon of beginnings, and then full moons of culminations and letting go. So full moons are always a time when you are things are coming full circle, and unconscious and subconscious intuitive insights and emotions are coming to light. So because this blue moon is in the sign of Libra, in the mastery degree of Libra, so when we're having 2 full moons in the same sign, this is the universe saying, hey, we really want to make sure that you're getting these lessons. So what are these lessons about in this mastery degree of Libra? So what are you mastering? So the last full moon was just hours away from the equinox, and the equinox is that balance, right? Libra is that polarity, masculine and feminine. Libra's the scales. So the equinox is about equality and reciprocity and really listening to your intuitive senses as well. So a Libra full moon is when the moon is in Libra, directly opposing the sun in Aries. Libra and Aries are a very different energy. Aries is all about the self and being very confident and really doing things for yourself and celebrating for yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a way that initiates new frontiers and change. It's the energy of spring, so it's that energy of life and bursting forth with enthusiasm and joy and confidence, and I'm hoping you're feeling that way right now. And yet there's this polarity of Libra that is very accommodating to other people and very much about pleasing others and really enjoying life and beauty as well, and art and creativity. So these are 2 polarities that may be working out its way inside your being. That's what the full moons do. They help you come to terms with these opposing energies within yourself. So as an empath, you are most likely over-pleasing others because that's just your nature. Empaths, we love to help other people and make other people happy, and that's a gift and that's beautiful. Yet oftentimes this can be at your expense. And so what this moon is bringing to light for you is these polarities of how do I pay attention to my own needs, and also the passions and the purpose that I want to bring into the world while I'm still accommodating the other people in my life who are important to me, and the relationships in my life that I want to keep these people happy. How do I have that balance? And so most likely things are coming up for you right now that are going to initiate something. Some kind of change needs to happen. And this moon is bringing up a lot of change. It's activating the South Node, which is your karmic past life influences that you're moving away from. And it's also initiating a cardinal grand cross. And cardinal grand crosses are basically like two sets of opposition that are like cross each other, and that's some kind of tension in a lot of different directions. So you may feel all these things within you. I want to do this, but I still have to do that, and these are my responsibilities to other people, and I have a passion about this. Do I have the confidence enough for it? Can I do this? And also, is my time my own? Am I claiming my own space? Do I have enough boundaries? So most likely, there needs to be some kind of change and conversation happening. This full moon is also very close to the planet Uranus, which initiates dramatic change that helps liberate you in some way. There's a sense of freedom that needs to happen. So inside of you, there's something that wants to be liberated. There's something that wants to be set free, whether it's a passion or your time or the impact you have in the world, or simply claiming your space as your own. So this full moon is a wonderful time. Full moons are a time of releasing and letting go. So this full moon is an incredible time for you. And again, the universe really wants you to learn this lesson. That's why it's coming around again in the mastery degree, for you to really, really learn these lessons of Libra. You need to consciously make time and space for yourself, for your own needs. And you also consciously need to have some conversations with others where you're feeling boxed in some way, or somehow you're giving your time or space or energy to other people in a way that maybe is limiting your own happiness. Now, when you're having these conversations, I want to remind you, now our Mercury just moved into Aries, which is very, like, sometimes you just speak before you think, right? That's part of the Aries charm. And so Mercury has been in Pisces for a very long time because we had this retrograde in Pisces. So you've really been in your emotions, really rethinking how you feel. So now that Mercury's been moving into Aries, it could just be blurted out in an angry way, and you don't want that. So here is my advice and guidance for you to navigate this very emotionally charged kind of moment, as these conflicting energies are coming up within you and most likely in your life. And this could even be coming up not just in your closest relationships and or your career, but like in the supermarket, people cutting in front of you, or people cutting in front of you while you're driving, like people who are taking imposing on your boundaries in some way because you are not claiming your space somehow. You need to be like the Aries ram a little bit more and claim your space in the world, because you matter and your passions matter. So before you have these conversations where you're reacting, which some of this energy can bring up, I encourage you to take some time with any kind of conflicting feelings or emotions that you have, and really tune into yourself. Perhaps do some writing about, how do I really feel? And how do I express this in a way where I'm not blaming the other person? Because you have to remember, anytime you're in some kind of relationship dynamic like this, whether it's with the public at large or your own personal relationships, this was a co-creative endeavor. If you feel someone is boxing you in some way or not respecting you, you've allowed it to happen. And the beauty of this moon is that it's bringing up those revelations and those insights. So before you get angry and you blame other people, understand that you had a role in this, and now it's your time to change it by being very proactively claiming your space, expressing your needs and your desires, and being true to what's you. And so that means actively letting go of responsibilities you no longer want to take on, or taking on a role that doesn't feel appropriate for you, so you can take some of your time back and your energy back for things that you enjoy more. And when you do this, before you, it's really important that you have direct conversations with people. And this is part of the gifts that Mercury in Aries is bringing you. Yet, you don't want to do this in a blaming or reactive way. So take your time to process how you feel and what you want to change, and then be very direct in your conversations with other people about what you would like instead, in a very reciprocal way. And that's where the Libra comes in. So this is the beauty of Aries in its mastery degree of 29 degrees and Libra in their opposition. It's finding that balance point between your needs for your own desires and your own space and your own passions to express themselves, and how you accommodate and harmonize with your relationships. So I wanted to give you a heads up about that, because especially with full moons, they bring unconscious emotions to life and to light. And so the more that you can be conscious about that, the more you can have direct conversations, the more you can know yourself, and the more you can make changes very proactively and consciously. So I hope that has helped you. This is a very powerful and potent time for change and transformation in a very positive way. Now, I know that a lot of people are experiencing, what you're going through. And the beauty of why I do these forecasts as well, so that you understand that we're all going through the same things at the same time, and you're not crazy, and the universe is not crueler to you than anyone else, and you're not doing anything wrong. You're exactly where you need to be. And there's a beauty in this collective energy. And that's also why I've created something called the Psychic Salon with me and my spirit guides, where I get together. It's an online gathering. It's a very intimate, beautiful gathering of like-minded, like-hearted souls, where you can heal this. What we do is I call upon several people in this online forum to do readings, and in a way that the wisdom that comes through benefits everyone. And then we do healings, collective healings for what we're all going through. And it's very profound. I've had a few of these so far. They're beautiful and life-changing, and I invite you to join me. You can find out more about the Psychic Salon using the link below. It might be just what you need right now to help you transform this energy, to clear away all this emotional debris and have more clarity and direction moving forward. So I invite you to join me for that. Again, you can find out about that using the link below. And if you've enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, share it with your friends. I'm sure they will appreciate you for it. And in the meantime, I wish you a blessed, beautiful, bountiful blue moon and beyond. Lots of love. Bye for now.